Hey guys, this is Matthias, and yes, the Fallout 4 hype is real. Bethesda Softwork has announced that Fallout 4 is going to be released the 10th of November 2015, and I could not be more excited. Now, I got into the Fallout franchise by trying out Fallout 3 at a friend's house, and I got completely hooked. As a matter of fact, I had never even heard of the game before that. So needless to say, I never played Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and this is a little bit confusing to a lot of players. There was Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, then there was Fallout New Vegas, and now they are releasing Fallout 4. But this is actually the 5th Fallout. Thing of it is though, a lot of players, a lot of people consider Fallout New Vegas not really a new Fallout game. It was just basically like an expansion of Fallout 3 in some ways. I don't really know what to say about it. Honestly, I don't completely agree. I think Fallout New Vegas was a new game. To me it was. Even though all the new features that was unique in New Vegas compared to Fallout 3 was actually just mods that you could download and install for Fallout 3. So yeah, anyway, what you see here though is something that they seem to have removed from Fallout 4. I have just leveled up and I'm adding my skill points. But even if you don't know exactly what to expect from Fallout 4, I would like to share with you how I used to play Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and how I am probably going to play Fallout 4, you know, depending on how the game plays, of course. And you can expect a lot of content, and here I'm a little bit torn. I normally would upload everything on my secondary channel, which I have considered my single-player channel, but since I haven't really played a single-player game in a long time, and yeah, I did play Far Cry 4 a bit, but I didn't really get hooked on that game, so that channel has kind of been forgotten in terms of, you know, being my single-player channel. So maybe I'll upload it here, I don't know, we'll see. Now, I think it's safe to say that there's going to be a whole arsenal of weapons and weapon types to choose from in Fallout 4. In Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, you basically had regular guns, such as, you know, assault rifles, submachine guns, pistols, and shotguns. You know, the regular guns that you have in real life, so to speak. Actually, in Fallout 3, they had guns and big guns categorized separately. We don't really know if that's going to be the case in Fallout 4. Then you have explosives, which is also based mainly on real-life stuff. You know, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, hand grenades, mines, stuff like that. Now, if you don't like to shoot at all and you'd rather just play as a melee character, then there would be no shortage of options for you either. There are axes, chainsaws, knives, swords, brass knuckles, or whatever they're called. And as a matter of fact, a friend of mine, he decided to play as a melee character because he just thought that the guns, they just didn't do enough damage, and you eventually just ran out of ammo. Now, melee type weapons are the only weapons that I basically never use. I've made some exceptions sometimes. I think the shish kebab was my favorite, and I used it quite a bit in Fallout 3. Maybe because of how you obtained it, or the way you obtained the schematics for it, I should say. It's part of the story in Fallout 3, and it's really... yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. Now, the last category of weapons that I actually got into was energy weapons. I wasn't too fond of them in the beginning. I didn't really like them, but you basically have a bunch of laser weapons and plasma weapons. Now, obviously, this is the plasma weapon. And yeah, the thing that I didn't like about the plasma weapons was that the projectile, in my opinion, is too big, and it's also in many situations a bit too slow. I don't know why, I just enjoyed playing with regular guns more than with energy weapons for some reason. So now, apart from the shooting and the guns and all that stuff, I am also very interested in the crafting and the exploring part of Fallout 4. As a matter of fact, when I played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I was a little bit obsessed with it. I was constantly scavenging and trying to level up perfectly so that I could craft the kind of food and the kind of medicines that I wanted. I constantly made weapons repair kits in order to keep the more unusual and of course also more valuable weapons in good condition. For example, these party time methods that I just made and Slasher here are some very valuable consumables that temporarily will boost your character's capabilities. However, some of them are addictive, so you might have to go to the doctor every once in a while and cure that. Now, how all of this is going to work in Fallout 4, we don't really know yet, but we do know that we're going to be able to make our own weapons, customize them, and also make our own houses and bases and some such. And if you have been following any of my H1Z1 videos, you probably know that this is something that I am really interested in. So as we know from some of the footage that has been released, just like in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, in the very beginning of Fallout 4 we are going to get to customize our character. And in my opinion, this is a very big deal. It actually took me a long time before I could decide what kind of a character I actually wanted to have. So I'd like to share with you here now how I decided to create my character and why.
Okay. How about this one?
So yeah, the creation of your character is something that is put into the story, so to speak. And this is what it looks like in Fallout New Vegas. Strength will tell you how easily a cowboy totes his saddle and those bigger firearms, or how much help is gonna be for you in a saloon brawl. So strength is for melee weapons, unarmed, inventory weight, how much you can carry and all that stuff, how much damage you take, and weapons effectiveness. Perception. A perceptive cowboy always knows when there's a little stick of dynamite nearby, or when a little warm mint's sneaking up on him. This affects your explosives, lockpick, energy weapons, accuracy, and compass range. Endurance. You can't keep a good cowboy down, and not if he is the enduring type, and not if he's got a 6-shooter the size of alternation. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, endurance affects your unarmed, your health, your resistance, and your survival. Charisma. You'll find there are some smooth-talking cowboys out there that got themselves a voice sounds like an angel's harmonica. Yeah, this is for barter, speech, and companion nerve. And then we have intelligence. A smart cowboy is good at most anything, from sucking the poison out of a rattlebite to fixing your broken wagon axle. Science, repair, medicine, and skill points. Now, in my opinion, intelligence is the most important one of your specials. Agility. When a fella's in a gunfight and shoots the other guy 6 times before they can get off a shot, it's cause the fella is agile. Guns, sneak, speed, and action points regeneration. So last off here we have luck, and this special affects all others. And I'll be honest, why this is part of your character creation is a little bit beyond me, because luck isn't really something that you can... Well, never mind. Actually, I'm not gonna go there. So now, with intelligence, it will help your science and your repair skills a lot, and this is the big deal for me. Being able to craft combat drugs, for example, and healing drugs will give you the little extra boost that you need when you get into those intense situations. Repair is also really important in my opinion. By keeping your weapons in good conditions as well as your apparel, the damage output of your gun will of course be maximized, and the damage threshold of your armor, if you're wearing one, is depending on its condition. Now you're probably also going to loot quite a bit, and a lot of the stuff that you're looting you're not going to want to keep, you want to sell it. But the value of what you're looting is also depending on its condition, and you will not be able to carry everything that you loot. So rather than just trying to carry a bunch of useless stuff that weighs a lot, let's say you have found 4 different 9mm guns, but they're all in shitty conditions, so they don't really have any value. What you can do is that you can repair one gun with the other 3, and with some items this is actually a big deal, because they might be really valuable once they're in good condition, but they might also weigh so much that you can't really be carrying all of it around.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through.
Yes, the Pip-Boy. Now, to anybody that has played Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, this needs no introduction. But I'm pretty sure that there are going to be some players that will play Fallout 4 as their first Fallout game. And for you guys, it might actually be worth taking some time to learn this. For example, you can hotkey your weapons this way. By going to Weapons in your Items menu, you can hotkey 7 weapons. So you can switch between them by using the keys 1 through 8. However, key 2 is by default set for switching between your ammo types. So now last, but certainly not least, I would like to give you guys a bit of a warning, and this warning is especially to the ones of you who haven't played Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. There has been a lot of problems with the Fallout games, and the ones that affected me the most are in pure combat, like what you see here. And truth be told, the way your character responded to your controls is actually beyond bad. And for the ones of you who have been following my channel for a while, I'm talking a lot worse than H1Z1. And that is saying quite a bit. This is not a fast-paced shooter. If you are used to the way Counter-Strike and Dirty Bomb responds when you are moving around your character and when you are shooting, you might be very disappointed with Fallout 4. Many times when I try to fire my guns, I press the left mouse button and it's like the gun fires a whole second later. And you cannot tell this by watching videos, because you can never know exactly when somebody presses the left mouse button in comparison to when you see the gun is being fired. Now, of course, we have no idea whether or not this is going to be an issue with Fallout 4, but keep this in mind before you decide whether or not you want to actually get this game. You might want to check out a couple of reviews first. Now, in my opinion, no games are perfect, and there is nothing that will prevent me from buying the game right away. Now, I know that is taking a big chance, and I know there's a lot of problems when a game is just released, but I'm too much of a fanboy, I'm too excited, and I'm way too hyped to wait. Either way, if you decide to play this game, be sure to watch out for death claws. And that'll be all for this video. Thank you all for watching.